Henry the Green Engine had been stuck at the works for a few days and was finding it rather boring. The men worked hard to make him better, but it seemed ages before he was ready. At last, Henry was mended properly, and men came to repaint him. But Henry saw that instead of nice green paint, they had something very different in their paint pots.
"That's not right," protested Henry. "Sir Topham Hatt wants me to be green with red stripes, not red all over like tomato sauce."
The painters laughed. "You'd look very handsome, Henry. But don't worry, this paint is a special sort of undercoat. You shall have proper green with red stripes before we've finished."
"Undercoat,"
muttered Henry in disgust.
"Whatever would the other engines say if they saw me looking like this?"
The men laughed and started painting. Early the next morning, Henry awoke to find his driver running up to him.
"Come on, Henry. There's an emergency at Knapford Station. Sir Topham says he needs your help." "But I can't go like this," exclaimed Henry. "Everyone will laugh at me."
"We've got no choice, old boy. Bear was meant to be pulling the express, but has failed, and I've been given orders from Sir Topham Hatt that you are to take over the train." Henry wheezed furiously. Now, Henry, it's either us or a long walk for the passengers, which I don't think Sir Topham Hatt would appreciate." The fireman raised steam as quickly as he could, and Henry, blushing with embarrassment, set off for the station. When Henry arrived at Knapford, Sir Topham Hatt was delighted to see him.
"Oh, I feel so silly looking like this,"
complained Henry. Sir Topham Hatt laughed. "You do look unusual, Henry, but you have helped me out of a very awkward situation, so don't worry about it." But Henry did worry. As soon as everything was ready, Henry slowly departed. But the express today was heavier than usual, and Henry quickly felt the drag of the coaches. "We'll need help on Gordon's Hill today," remarked the driver from the cab. But they were in trouble earlier than that. As they approached Edward Station, the brakes went wrong on the last coach of the train, and they had to stop and uncouple it. To make matters worse, Dennis, who should have been there to help, had been called away to the China clay pits, so Henry had to push the last coach into a siding himself. As he approached Gordon's Hill, he suddenly realised that there was no one to help him up the hill. "You can do it, old boy!" shouted the driver. "You're an enterprising engine, remember?" Henry didn't feel very enterprising right now, but he knew the passengers were relying on him.
"Let them laugh at my red paint," he wheezed. "I'll show them."
Slowly but steadily, he struggled up the hill.
"I can do it! I can do it! I can do it!"
he panted. He thought the top was never going to come. Then suddenly, there it was!
"I've done it! I've done it! I've done it!"
he puffed proudly as he whistled triumphantly down the hill. Soon they had arrived at the end of the line. Sir Topham Hatt had been on the train and walked proudly to congratulate Henry. "Well done, Henry. I'm very proud of you. Perhaps all my engines should be painted red, but you have certainly earned your proper green paint with red stripes." Which, of course, is just what Henry got.